streets? Me. Who driving heat? Me. Who let the city up? Pull up that Billy truck. Rest of them, I pick up my feet. Me. Who let the streets? Me. Who driving heat? Me. Who let the city up? Pull up that Billy truck. Rest of them, I pick up my feet. Me. Who let the streets? Me. Who driving heat?
Oh man, Legends of the Nightlife. We are back. This is the first episode of January 2024, and we have a promotional force. Get ready to hear and learn about one of the half of the creative force behind Good Vibes Worldwide, Mr. Israel Hoffman.
Yes. Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on the show, man.
Appreciate you being here, man. Definitely.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Happy New Year, all that.
Yeah, Happy New Year, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Definitely very happy to have you on the show. You are the other half of Good Vibes Worldwide. Last episode, a couple episodes ago, we did Cyrese, interview. Definitely want to make sure we get your half of it. So for those who don't know, who you are, and just for the first time maybe seeing you, just tell us, like, who is Israel Hoffman?
So I know you heard a lot from Cyrese's story. I know he gave you a little background. I'll jump in more to the details on how I met Cyrese, but originally we started Good Vibes Worldwide, and before too. Also, I'm known as a promoter, but I don't know with that word. For me personally, I don't take offense of it, but I feel like I do a lot when it comes to curating events, right? So when people call me a promoter, yeah, I am a promoter, right? Because I work for a club, I do a resident party, but I just want people to understand that, like, when people see you as a promoter, they kind of see you in this, like, I don't know, like a shadow, like kind of like, it's like they see you as like these money hungry, schemy type of people, that kind of has that light to it, especially in New York City. So I always like to call myself, a curator of vibes, because what I do and what, me, Cyrese, and the team does is build experiences. So I like to be called an event curator. Again, I'm not, taking anything away from promoters.
Of course.
Promoters that do what they got to do.
Definitely understand. My metaphor for that is like, it's like calling somebody who is a chef, or call somebody who is the owner of a restaurant a chef, or maybe a cook or something like that sense. Because, yes, you are pivotal as a promoter if you just promote and you just get to go home and just get great events to do. But there's always somebody behind
quick
it.
Money, exactly.
Curate. So you cook up, you do a lot of, and we know, like I said, I got a lot more questions. Definitely want to get into your creative stuff, shine a light on what you're doing. And, by the end of this, people will definitely know you're way more than a promoter. So yeah, definitely, man. So just tell me about it. Like, how did you start? What pushed you into this? And how'd you find your purpose here?
So what's crazy is that I've been doing this for so long, and I kind of based how, my career would go based on like 75% fate, I always say, and like 25% luck, right? So I started this in 2014, and I didn't have it LLC'd. It was just a name, and I kind of, poor man, copied it to myself, put an envelope, my name, and as far as Good Vibes. And I started with Proper Etiquette. He's a DJ slash best friend from the neighborhood.
We know of his skill set.
Prop, right? Yeah. So,
and we got to talk to him too, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely do. But yeah, we started, how it all started, right, was basically basketball. We all were basketball players, and we all went to like rival schools and grew up the same neighborhood. So we kind of already had this kind of like core crowd as far as just athletes, you know what I'm saying? And then, going to parties regularly. So, long story short, after high school, basketball didn't really go out the way we wanted to go. And we was just going out, bro. It was just like our second nature, you know what I'm saying? We like, fuck, all we did was basketball. And we weren't like party people. Like as kids, I was a strict guy. I went home, did my homework, got good grades, basketball. So when basketball was out of my life, it was like, what the fuck? What else do we do? You know what I'm saying? And it was parties. And that's when we really, it was like a drug, bro. Like we was going out every fucking week. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, me and Prop sat down, and I was like, yo, dude, like, we going to all these parties, but we could just start doing our own shit. You know what I'm saying? We go to these parties and we're such an impact. We come in here, we dance, we vibing. Everybody's messing with our energy. Like, why not figure out something that we can start and push? You know?
Okay.
So sat down with 8 people, right? That shit dwindled down to 2. It was me and Prop. So for, I would say, 4 to 3 years, me and Prop was in the trenches. And I had this kind of strategy where I was doing parties, but I also was working under Cyrese for the general public.
Yes.
So my whole strategy was I worked for under Cyrese because Cyrese obviously was doing big things, and I was learning, how to do things and how to work and the marketing because I didn't graduate college. So Cyrese did. Cyrese had all these elements. Yeah, Cyrese had all these elements. He had the fraternities, all of that.
Yeah.
And shout out to Cyrese, shout out to Lenny. Love y'all.
Shout out to Cyrese.
Yeah, for sure.
Already know he's another legend. Definitely.
Yes, he is. And I learned a lot, bro. I was interning, and in the day I was doing my own stuff too with Prop, and I was managing Prop too. So I was getting him gigs and venues. So that was my end because I didn't know how to email and how to really get these owners to be like, all right, yeah, throw an event here weekly or monthly. You know what I'm saying? My ends was, yo, I have a DJ and he's awesome. And if you have any type of party, I can plug him in. And what I was doing was I was plugging them into all these events and then we would bring our crowd. So we was doing that for years. And then we got to the point where Cyrese was doing residency at Szymanski.
Okay.
Right. So Szymanski, that's how Szymanski came about.
What year are we at?
So, all right. So I skipped a lot because there's a lot of details in it.
Okay.
But,
I feel you.
From 2014 for about
3 to 4 years, you grinding with Prop.
I'm grinding with Prop. I'm grinding with Cyrese.
You grinding with Cyrese, doing the general public. Throwing some people at those events. Dope Barbecue and stuff is out right now, right around that time.
Yep.
Okay, cool. 100%. So you're attributing to that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, Szymanski's. If I remember the timeline correct, based off of what I was hearing, Szymanski's about 2019.
2019. Yep.
Okay.
We was doing it. So 2019, that's when Cyrese came in. Right. So we was doing a little bit before Cyrese. So we was there. We was residents. We had residency on the small side for about, I believe, I can't really count the times, but I know it was almost half a year, almost going into a year, really new on the small side. Yeah, the owner was fucking with us. We had like a tryout. Cyrese was like, hey, listen, like, the person that's doing the residency on Saturdays on the small side is not really hitting the quota. They want something fresh. So I was like, I bet. Yeah, like he asked me if you guys are like comfortable doing a weekly. And at the time when I was doing my events sporadically in the city, the Lower East Side, Brooklyn, I didn't do it weekly. So for me, it was a challenge that I had to like sit down with Prop and be like, yo, you think we could do a weekly? And at first he was like, nah, because we need like promotion time, like month time to do all this, to bring, 300 to 200 people, which we were doing at the time before, but it's like we needed that time. So me and Prop was like, I don't know. So anyway, the owner pushed us to do it, and we was like, oh, fuck it, let's just see where it goes, right? It's not like it's gonna hurt us, you know what I'm saying? So we had
experience, yeah.
Exactly. So he gave us a tryout basically. He was like, all right, we're gonna give you a Saturday. He didn't know anything about us, he just heard about us because we was doing parties at this spot called Enid's, Brooklyn. We did it monthly. And it was like, it's probably like 6-7 minutes away, but we was killing this spot, bro. I think we honestly had the best party in this spot. Enid's, it shut down, but this is the time when like gentrification, everybody was like, it's like boom, bro. And we had that crowd, like gentrification. We had that shit. We had a gentrified crowd when we was doing parties from, my high schools, from the Catholic schools, private schools. We had white, Asian. We had all that. Beautiful, bro. So when we brought that to Shimmy, the owner was like, whoa, like, it was like, your crowd is beautiful. Like, the party was good. The manager was like, yo, the party was awesome. So he was like, yeah, like, we like them. We like the way they operate. So he gave us a weekly. So he's like, hey, how do you guys feel about doing a residency week? He's like, I bet, like, run it up. Let's get it. So me and Prop were doing weekly parties at Shimmy. But the thing about that was it was a good party. But the thing was, I guess with the owner, it wasn't hitting the numbers that he wanted to hit, right? over a few months. So his goal was like, all right, listen, you came in here, you started doing 175, 185, almost 200 every week. I need like 300.
300, yeah.
Every Saturday, right? So
Yeah.
this is when that wall was like, all right, like this is when our backs are against the wall, because it's like, damn, to bring you 250 to 70, 300 every week, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I met Cyrese. I know Cyrese gave you the story. I seen the interview through Ola, right? And this is the time when I was modeling. I was doing I was just going to these free events, all these sponsor brands where they give you open bar and all that shit. So I was using that as a chess play, right? So I would go to all these open bars and connect and meet these people and all these people that are setting up these events.
Okay, so you were networking,
I was networking, going crazy. Because a lot of those niggas that be doing that shit, bro, they fiends, bro. Like I know dudes that are still doing those things and they're not doing anything about it. They're just going there to get free shit, free alcohol, free food. You know what I'm saying?
Networking is a skill, so a lot of people
capitalize.
Yeah, a lot of people they don't understand that just being around people and what you can possibly do with everybody's talents and you can all you can pretty much build a lot when you go out and network, and you can always help. You can help each other, put money in each other's pockets and stuff like that, and make it make sense. It has to be sustainable. Like that's one thing I say about the parties.
Yeah.
Like everybody can party, but if we don't make enough money to continue this, it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Where's it going?
Exactly. So yeah, so you said that you got introduced to Cy in 2019-ish.
Yeah, exactly. So I was at an event with Ola. Ola always he was inviting me to all these events, right? Mm-hmm. So he was actually performing that day, and he introduced me to him. Cool, and I was like, cool. He's dope. I love his music. It's fire. We got each other's information, and what I didn't know was what I didn't know was he was a part of the Wave, and the Wave were throwing ill parties, right? And I was attending them, but I only knew I thought it was just Derek. Like one person that was running it, because that's the person I met when I went to his event, and I found out it was 4 of them, and Cyrese is one of them. So I think Cyrese, he found out that I was doing the parties on a Saturday, and we talked, and he was like, "Yeah, you're doing the parties on Saturday. It's cool. I've been seeing it. I heard about it." And then he hit me up and was like, "Hey, listen, like I want to, throw my party there, but he wants to use the big side." So I'm looking at this nigga like, "You want to do the big side? Because like the big side is like 6. You got to do 600 to 800 people." So I'm like, "Wait, who is this nigga?" Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I like it. I love that. I love that energy. So I was like, "Yo, honestly, bro, like, I don't think they'll give us the big side, right? But we could do like a party in the small side and see where it goes." So I did my first party with Cyrese, right? And this is when, like, I fell in love with Cyrese, right? Because his work ethic was phenomenal. Like, it was like I saw me and him times 2, right? So the fact that when we did that party, that shit was nuts. It was like it could hold 175 to 225, but that shit was like 350, and still niggas wanted to get in. So I was like, bro, this shit is insane. That's and then the fact is too is like a lot of promoters, not talking to anyone specifically, but like they get caught up in having fun and not really working, bro. When Cyrese was there, he was on his shit. He stood on business. You know what I'm saying? I love that because like when I do my events, I have fun, but it's a certain level of having that fun. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure everything's good. You got to make sure your door is good. Make sure the bar is good. You got to make sure the DJ's good, the host good. You know what I'm saying? And he was just constantly moving like I am. He's just moving.
You found somebody who has greater than or equal to work ethic. And, that's what partnerships, then you can take things and then that's when you can multiply things.
But I was missing that piece, right? Because I was doing events with Prop, but Prop is a DJ. He can't really operate the way I'm operating. So I needed help at times, you know what I'm saying? And when he came along, it was perfect because it was like he can handle the door, the numbers, because he's a number guy. He came from the bank. He's like, his numbers is awesome. He can see numbers, read numbers. And it was perfect because I'm more of like the vibe, the curator. Like I focus on the decorations. I focus on, how we going to make this a memorable experience, right?
Okay.
So it was just like a combination that I was looking for, So that's how we linked up. And I was like, after that first party, I was like, bro, I love the way you work. You're amazing. Like, what can I do to get you on here on a weekly basis to work for Good Vibes Worldwide? You know what I'm saying? And it took him some time, and he was like, "Yo, let's go, let's run it up." So
Okay.
we added Cyrese to the squad, and ever since then, it's been beneficial, you know. And
Okay.
that's one person that I can always stand on, you know.
Having a partner in this is like, I would say, very pivotal, very important.
Yeah,
There's always going to be blind spots when you're a promoter or you're an event curator and you're doing things. And if you have another person on the other side of that to kind of see your blind spots and, you know, help you with them, and you can help them with yours, you end up being, like you said, you guys are pretty much unstoppable right now. I really,
yeah,
I like what I see in the crowd. I like what I see in terms of just the memories that are being created that are even past the actual party.
thank you.
Those things give me like what my feeling of was when I was doing, you know, events and being into it and caring about those things. It's very rewarding, you know, when you have somebody else that you can go through that stuff with, go through the ups and downs with and stuff. So yeah, I definitely understand that value. Now you guys are Good Vibes Worldwide, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So tell me about Good Vibes Worldwide. What have you guys done since you guys became Good Vibes Worldwide?
I think when he came, we was able to kind of, I think I would say, double to triple the numbers, and
Okay.
obviously that took time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But um, when he jumped on board till COVID, right, we was on a upscale, right, and
Mm-hmm.
the owner was seeing that and was like, "Hey, listen, guys, like you guys are moving. Like I'm gonna start grooving y'all into the big room. You know what I'm saying? Because the numbers sometimes is just we got to put you in that room. And I guess not to shit on what was going on with the EDM, but I think what with the owner, he's really good at that too. He kind of sees it and sees the market. But like
Mm-hmm.
I guess with his EDM parties, because that's what he was doing on the big side, it wasn't going the way he wanted to go.
Yeah.
So he transitioned and was like, all right, like before, shit hits the fan, let me groom these guys and get these guys in the big room. And that's exactly what happened. So we started, COVID, we was on a groove, and then COVID came, and that's when shit hit the fan, obviously, for everybody. And after COVID, that's when everybody was outside. And
Yeah.
not everybody was doing events because everybody died out during COVID. But we stood alive, bro. I was doing live stream parties. I was at Roz Radio. Yo, God bless Roz Radio. It
Shout out
saved our
Roz
life.
Radio.
Roz Radio, yo, Al, Val, I love y'all. But he gave us a platform to do on a Thursday. And this was the finesse, right? So you couldn't do parties during that COVID, the weird time.
Mm-hmm.
But we had the finesse where it was a podcast, because he had a podcast set up with the DJ,
Okay.
and he was live streaming through Twitch, right?
Fire.
So what we was doing a Thursday, but we was bringing 15, 30, 40 people every Thursday until, it limit, and we could bring more.
Mm-hmm.
But we was the only ones doing shit like
Mm-hmm.
during those times, right?
That sounds lit. I would be
Oh,
at
it's
home
crazy.
watching it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like, that's
it was lit. It was on Twitch. They typing. You can see them typing. Yo, it's lit. I wish I was there. Like, you're just keeping that vibe, keeping that caring about the community, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's
I
fine.
didn't want it to die out, bro. Like, we had to find ways. We was doing fucking Uvu. We was doing Uvu chats, and we was doing like brunch parties, bro, on Sunday, like proper DJing. I'm on the mic. Everybody's chilling at the crib. He's just going crazy. So we kept things alive during COVID, which was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And when we came back, it was like, oh my God, it was times 4, bro.
Yeah. Everybody was waiting, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody was
You
waiting.
made it through the storm, and, that's big part of entrepreneurship, sticking into it, never quitting, keeping with your dream of what you're trying to do, because you don't know what'll happen. And then, now when you get through the storm, you're going to have a lot of sunshine, and you got 4 times the crowd, and now you can take them wherever you want. And yeah, those are the rewards for those people who actually persist, for sure, man.
Consistency was the key, and that's something I really pry on. It's like, I do this weekly, but consistency is what separates me from a lot of other people that are doing parties. Because, like, again, bro, I don't want to talk bad, and that's not how we do it, bro. Like,
hey, it's good vibes.
political.
I get it. You got to be on brand. You can't come on here and just start talking bad shit.
I don't throw no one's name out. I don't shit on nobody, because everybody has a grind, and I respect it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But you will never see me on a platform talk about no other, especially a black person's party or business. You know what I'm saying? That's just not how we do. We are strictly Good Vibes. We do what we got to do. We focus on what we got to do, right? And I show support at the same time when I can. So consistency is something key with all of us, and I love it because we all have it in our blood. And the Good Vibes Worldwide is just, again, it sounds corny as far as like me. we are what the name is, you know, and I
Oh
want
yeah, you
people to
got to live true
understand
to
that.
your brand, man.
Exactly. So
I love
after that,
I
man, it
love the
was
neon sign in the back, man. It's super
thank
fire.
you, bro. And that's another thing, man. It's investing, bro. Like I put in a lot of money into small things that some people will see, and then obviously I want people to kind of gradually get it, but like I do little things, like I buy stickers, I buy things to give away here on events. You know what I'm saying? Like I do little things where I just want to show my appreciation, and I don't have the funds that I want to do to do super activations, experiences, but that is the goal.
For sure.
But for now, I'm doing all the little things that to show the people that I'm here for bigger and better things. And as well as my team, and the team is growing. So it's been surreal, bro. Like ever since COVID, I'm truly blessed to be surrounded by the people that are supporting us and are part of the team,
Mm-hmm.
and all of that, bro. And the venues that are now finally responding to my emails. You know what I'm saying? It was trench work, bro. And a lot of people don't know the trench work, man.
There's a saying I've heard. I don't know if I'm gonna get it right because I just read it one time, but it was it was good though. I think it was Kyrie or somebody said
That's my favorite player.
Yeah,
That's
well, there you
my
go. He said somebody said I think it might actually be Damian Lillard who said it. He said if you
Okay.
want to be if you want to play in front of 1,000 people and have them want to see you, you have to spend 1,000 hours without anybody seeing you, in a sense, like something of the sense of there's a lot of work that goes on in the gym that people
You gotta be
don't
in that
see.
gym. Facts.
Exactly. And
Mhm.
just sitting there spending those days. I know how it is, man. You gotta
Yeah.
DM, you gotta keep your contacts all together, you gotta keep checking up on people. Still at the beginning of the night, you always have that feeling of, well, I wonder how much people are gonna turn up, hope it doesn't rain, all these
Facts.
crazy stuff. But now you made it through and you've definitely
Mhm.
made it over your curve. I definitely feel like would be 2017, about 7-8 years into events. So you've definitely reached that curve. Going back to your success and where you're at. So now everything is great. The crowd is beautiful. So now tell me, how was your New Year's party? Because you're the first person we've spoken to. The biggest
Yeah.
party of the year pretty much
Mhm.
was, New Year's. And that's what normally it is.
Yeah.
So tell me about your New Year's party, man.
So New Year's was actually really good.
Okay.
I'm a very honest person, and I think the New Year's before was way more people. And I think we sold. I think it was just more tables. I don't know, but
Yeah, you
the
don't have to give me
vibe was
specific numbers,
yeah,
but
but yeah, the vibe was insane. However, the thing was too is like back then a lot of people weren't doing things. I think now is a pivot where everyone is doing things. So the competition was a lot. It wasn't crazy, but I think it was
where'd
a
you guys
fucking
do
great
it?
time. We did at Shemansky.
Okay, you did at Szymanski's?
We do it every year at Shemansky's.
Okay. And that was the ball
So
drop and all that, right?
that was a ball drop. We had
Okay.
the live projections on the
Free
screens,
champagne till 12.
free champagne.
Yeah. Good
Yeah, just taking
vibes.
care of the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had the
Hey man, your
grapes.
community, regardless if you know it or not, they thank you. There's a lot of
Yeah,
people
they do.
who
I appreciate that. Yeah.
exactly the mental health in the community, in the Black community in general, or just all diverse community is pretty low sometimes with all the things we have to deal with. I think parties and just interaction, person to person interaction is like one of those things that's saving us that we don't realize. Once it goes away, like pandemic, and then people realize,
Yeah.
all types of shit happening, murders and all this.
So
So
much
you
shit
guys are
going on,
doing
bro.
a real big service.
Yeah.
So you said the New Year's party was good. What was the
It was
preparation
good.
like for that?
So with that is the venue does more of, I guess, the aesthetics, because usually on a Saturday I'm doing all the aesthetics,
Okay.
and me inside, and we're thinking of new innovative ways. Like we've been buying like a new stage, because there's a
Okay.
stage. You've been to Shemansky.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
there.
you've been to Shemansky. Yeah, of course. So the stage where the DJ usually is.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been buying a stage and putting it in front, like on the dance floor, just to
Oh,
give like kind of like a boiler room vibes.
okay.
So, and then we use that stage as like a VIP, and then the people behind it. So I've been GoProing that and live streaming that. So that's been like a whole different like party, which has been going crazy, because it's like you're with the DJ, you feel more into the crowd, you feel more into the music. So it's like we're just thinking of new ways that we can kind of flip it out.
Yeah.
But as far as what you asked, The venue itself does the aesthetics.
Does a
They
lot
did
of
the
it.
balloon drops. They had the the projection screen set up. They had decorations and stuff like that. So we kind of let them do their thing because they say they're gonna do their thing for that specific holidays. Like holidays, they go hard with as far as decorations and kind of giving you that like feel. But
Yeah, for sure.
so they did their thing with that.
Okay, so you have any headaches or just funny stories from your New Year's event?
Damn, funny stories from New Year's Eve.
There's always something that happens that's just a little,
Okay. So the thing was, there was a funny story. So New Year's Eve, we don't usually tell people as far as like formal, I mean, as far as like attire and dress attire, but obviously that was like a suit and tie and dress, cocktail dress type of event.
Mm-hmm.
And we know we always do parties there, so it's kind of hard to tell people like, hey, dress up. But it's one day out of the year.
Yeah.
To just come out and just look nice, look presentable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we tried our best to keep it political and tell people, hey, like, just come out looking good. Because there's people who are DMing us and emailing us, hey, what's the dress code? And we put out a flyer like, hey, this is what to wear, what you should wear. So we was doing a whole breakdown of that. So anyway, so one of the security guards told me, he was letting the guy in, right? And he was like, he's looking at his attire, and we told the security you could let anybody in. So he's looking at his attire, and then the dude was wearing a full tech, Nike tech. Oh yeah, I know, bro. A tech Nike suit, black, all black. He's like, where your suit at? He's like, this is the suit, bro. It's my tuxedo. I was like, he told me that, bro. I was like, oh, bro.
Tuxedo, you might have to let him in for that.
But that's the thing. I know. I get
tough.
it.
It's tough.
It's clever. It's clever. I had to laugh. It was funny. I didn't see the dude in there, but it's funny. I guess.
I don't think he made it in.
I hope he did. I didn't see him in any of the pictures, but I'm like, bro, you got to feel some type of way if you're coming in with a tuxedo and everybody is looking nice and dressed up, bro. Like you got to look crazy, bro. And that's the reason why we tell people, because like there's gonna be a lot of people that are dressed up. So when you come in with something that's like, you're gonna feel that, and I want everybody kind of to just have that energy where like everybody feels like they're not different than anyone else.
You want to make everybody comfortable. Like I said, there's deep aspects of hospitality that you have learned over the past years that I can see you implementing in your events. Yeah. Just and also you have other individuals. You're in a great place. One thing that promoters, the reason why a lot of promoters stay promoters and they don't get into event curation is because the crabs in a barrel mentality of, oh, I don't want to work with this person. I just want to just do this thing, and I just want to, make my money. And I don't want to. I don't want to mix crowds. I don't want them to steal people. Like that's not how it works. Like going back to some of your promo videos, because one of the things that I've noticed, when I was doing events, me and Skrills, and when we were doing NWP stuff, 2017-ish. 16, 17, even in I think 18, basically around that time period, we were really into like promotional videos from the event or just promoting the event in general. And I really like what you guys are doing in terms of your media. I wanted to actually take a look at some of your promotional videos. I think we have some here. We're gonna have to maybe full screen that one. We have to full screen it though,
This is good. This one's good.
So man. Yeah, man. This is fire.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
Fire.
This was iconic, man, because these are things that we grew up on. This is what things that like inspired us. This is things that inspired me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are like, that's what I'm saying when I say Good Vibes was a reflection of like me and how I grew up and the energy and stuff like that. These are stuff that just you can't match, so
yeah, that nostalgia
we
is
like
crazy.
To use that style. Yeah, exactly.
I love it. The whole thing. You guys went 90s on the film grain, on the video, gave it a VCR vibe. We're brothers, we're happy, and we're singing, and come on, you can't.
Yeah, I had to give Cyrese a fake afro. That shit was hilarious.
That's funny. I know, right? Yours is actually real. That's
yeah.
No. So what do you? So you just sit down and you just think about the things that maybe just really where you resonated with as a child. I was a kid who I watched everything on television.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So just tell me, like, how did you come up with that one specifically?
So that one specifically, I came up with because with me and Cyrese, which we like to do 50-50, right? Just so, he can show his creativeness and I can show my creativeness. So like each different event will come up with like a different concept. So like this one was me, and I love this show, bro, the Wayans Brothers. And I know we have this 90s and 2000s party that we just kind of started. And we was like, in order to like really boost this party, we need to, do like visual pieces. So now every time we do a Deja Vu party, we're gonna do a piece. And then we're filming one tomorrow, which is awesome.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So what I told him was like, since it's a throwback, we gotta do iconic shit. Like if we're gonna match, that level. So he did that one, the Yin Yang Twins, and
that's another. Okay, so there's another piece here. Let's take a quick look at it.
Yeah.
Yin Yang Twins, okay, definitely. I like it. The other one's 90s. This is more 2000s.
2000s, exactly.
Definitely 2000s right here. Lean with it, rock with it.
With
that sidekick. Yeah. Come on,
nice. Yeah.
You gotta respect it. This is what people need to. I mean, people like if you look, you'll always find like when people actually care about an experience, an event. That's fire. Also, look at that. Hold on, let that zoom out. Yeah. Yes.
That's great.
We got the good rendering over here. We got 3D. This type of flyer stuff. This is what makes me clap. Yeah. Like I like to see this.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
I don't. That's another thing. If Skrills is one of those individuals too. Like his attention to detail on flyer work and like when we were doing flyers, like we always evolved. We started doing motion flyers a lot earlier on, 2015, 2016. And just seeing that, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate that because that's one, I don't want to give, too many gems to the people, but like, that's one thing we kind of like pry on is like the promotion, right? The visuals, the content, because that shows what the hell is going to happen in that party. So it's like, when we start doing these visual pieces and the flyer work, right? Like I'm looking for the best. I want to separate myself from everyone who's doing the same thing. I want to give a little, to show a little, like show something, show dedication, just show our work as far as like how hard we're going to really want you to come to our events. So
yeah. There's value in that, man. I know you see it. I know they see it as well. It's just like, you want to buy something not even if your parties are, I'm sure very reasonably priced bottles and all for the experience that you're giving. You want to buy something that's packaged like with care. And I just feel like you guys put that extra care on the packaging where it's like, I don't care what the ticket price is. I want to go here and experience it because it's going to be worth it. So
exactly.
Definitely.
And again, those flyers reflect the party. We try to get the best flyers out just to show you that, hey, you're going to have a really good experience, Yeah. And those, specifically with the Deja Vu, we were like kind of upping it because that's just where we grew up around. That's stuff that we know and kind of seen it progress. So like with those things, it kind of hits home because it's like, we know those times, so like we got to go harder with these things. So the Deja Vu is really a special party that we really love. And with those parties, they're obviously going to see a lot of us reflect into those parties. Because honestly, like me and Sai, we're a very like behind the scenes type of guy, obviously now, I'm on the mic, I MC now, but before we're just organizing, curating and just running the show behind the scenes. But now we came to the point where it's like, we got to start because we're really personable people, you know what I'm saying? And that's how these things been clicking because a lot of people can resonate with us because we're not douchebags. We don't scheme. We don't do all these wacky things, to the people and to our employees. You know what I'm saying? We treat everybody like it's family. And
yeah, you guys are definitely the what would Jesus do with parties?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how people, you know what I'm saying? Walking on water with it.
I'm gonna start wearing new sandals, right?
hey, you got the hair, let the hair down, beard it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nah, man, that's good, man. I definitely like to hear that people are caring about these aspects of the hospitality and see that it's not, it's in some realms, in some places, they don't care about it. So it seems like it's dying, but it's definitely very much alive over there, what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Definitely. So Do you have any I know I kind of asked about New Year's. Do you have any other just
Mhm.
like legendary stories from times that you've done parties?
So yeah, there's a lot of them, man. I mean,
Yeah,
for
like
the
pick
recent
one
ones,
some that you like, something you
yeah,
want to share.
I'm gonna say recent ones because I have a terrible memory and I've been doing this like a lot weekly. Like, you know what I'm saying? So consistently recently, I would say so I also do a residency at Cafe Zuli, which I love.
Okay.
And I love the people and I love the owner, Mark. Shout out to Mark.
Shout out to Mark.
Um Shout out to Piet, the guys running it over there, the staff, Chauncey, all of them, Johnny. So with Cafe Zoo, we have a monthly residency, right?
Mm.
And we do a monthly party there called the Boom Boom Room.
Okay.
And the last one of 2023, um, we had Brent Fias just pull up like organically, like
Just out of
it was,
nowhere.
yeah. So like he knew that one of the DJs we booked, and I had no clue about that. And then she texted me the night
Was
of,
that
and was like,
MoMA?
"Hey, no, this is Eden.
Eden? Okay, because
Shout out to Eden.
not MoMA. I was thinking
Um,
Mahogany in my head. MoMA's male DJ.
yeah. DJ Momo is with
Yeah.
Everyday People.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
to
I
them
know
too.
exactly. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just flipping through my head like, but anyway,
yeah.
it's crazy. So Brent Fires just pulls up. Go ahead, my bad.
So not he pulls up a little later. So his artist, I don't know. It was Felix Van Buren and Tommy Richards,
Okay,
and they had this. They're featured on his album,
okay.
Upset. So I guess they were doing all the what they call that when you do interview runs.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
I
like a
guess they
press
were,
run.
yes, a press
But,
run. I believe so. So they were in New York City, right?
yeah.
So she told me those two were coming at first. So I was like, oh yeah, cool, hell yeah, run it up. And then like towards the event, she was like, oh, Brandon's on the way. So I'm like, oh shit, like that's crazy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like so in Cafe Zuli, like we have the DJ and a stage, and then behind it is like the sections, right?
Okay.
It's like four of them. So we already had two for my table and somebody else that booked the table. So we had two open sections, right? But there was just people there just to chill because if it's not booked, they could just chill there. So
Okay.
I had to get security to kick those two out, right? Just so we can swap and get Brent in the section because, they
Okay.
want to just be away from everybody. So it was just mayhem towards the end. But
Okay.
we had Brent pull up and it was insane. It was like a wake up call for me because for me personally, I'm not a person to like really go hard as far as bringing artists. Like, oh, we need this person, right? It's always a good look.
Mm-hmm.
So it hit home because it was like when artists can just like organically pull up to your event and it is no like logistics, no numbers where you got to pay and they got to do this.
Yeah, yeah,
And they
yeah.
just want to pull up just to chill and
Yeah,
rock
just off
out.
the love.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm in
That's
New
like
York
a
City. I want to go
marketing.
here. Oh
Yeah.
my God, dude. It was a
Yeah.
blessing.
All the
You know what I'm
Brent
saying?
Fires like girls that like Brent Fires, I'm promoting to
Bro,
them. I'm
I
targeting
love
them.
Brent. I love Brent. I'm a fucking Brent fan, bro. I listen to his music all the time, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah,
for
yeah,
me,
facts. He's
it hit
fire.
home. I love his music. You know what I'm saying? So like for me personally, I was like, oh my God, like this is one of my favorite artists.
That's fire.
And he's just chilling. He's just vibing.
Yeah.
And he had a great time, bro. He's chilling. He's in the bag. He's standing up. You know what I'm saying? He's vibing out. I got Van Buren and Tommy to do that song, Upset. I had the DJs put the song on, took the mic. He was going crazy. He was performing a little bit.
Fire.
And like, it's moments like that kind of like just hit home, man. It's one of those reflection things where it's like you're really doing what you're supposed to be doing. And it's pushing me to be better and do more. It's like I said before, it's like 75% fate and 25% luck. I was lucky, right? But it was also fate because I booked her that night. But it was luck that, he was actually in town and, they knew each other. And that's what this is all about for me. You know what I'm saying? It's building these connections and, doing everything organically, not forced, bro. Because a lot of people be forcing shit and the product is whack,
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about it. I'm just saying it's like,
hey, good vibes
it,
worldwide. I love it because you good vibes worldwide, but you also know a lot of people's shit is whack.
Yeah, man. It's like it's
man,
forced.
listen.
It's forced. It's like,
forced. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it doesn't have that same vibe, and that's that. Like I said, you're on brand for what you're doing. At the end of the day,
you.
like
Appreciate you, Dave.
So what happened afterwards?
So which was awesome too, because the celebrities, they be coming and they be out at peace. He was there for a minute, bro. Like, so he was chilling. I chopped it up. I didn't really get to have a conversation because, again, I don't really know. He don't know me, obviously.
Yeah.
So I paid my homage when he came in. I was like, yo, thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. I'm a really big fan. Anything you need, I got you. Like, I got a bottle on you guys for you guys pulling out.
Yeah,
Anytime you
good
want to come back.
hospitality.
Yeah,
He'll be
hospitality,
back type
bro.
situation,
Just showing him
Yeah.
the move. You know what I'm saying? And he was chilling, smooth entrance, a smooth exit. And then
Fire.
it was just, it's one of those parties too. Like it's monthly, so it's kind of like it's a build up for us. Because like if we do shit monthly, it'll be scary, right? Like versus like we got to do weekly events, right? But the monthly thing is a build up, so it's always, and the spot only holds, I think, comfortably 250. You know what I'm saying? So if you do anything more than 250, it's tight.
Yeah.
Like super tight. So that's one party I really love because it shows the essence of good vibes. And it's just, that's probably, to answer that question.
Yeah, man.
Recently.
That's a great story. I appreciate you telling it. I'm definitely, when I go to New York, I gotta go on like a party run or something and just go to. I gotta hit up the Deja Vu. I hit up the Boom Boom.
You always good, bro. I got you, bro.
I gotta see. You know what I'm saying? Just go out there and just enjoy myself. You guys are great with the hospitality, and that shows. So anything I can do to kind of shine a light, and anybody, if you want to find something that is super lit, that people care about, there's value there, and you will not waste money going to an event. Like I said,
and it's not expensive. Like
exactly.
People probably like sometimes they complain at the door at my events, and I'm like, bro, like you coming in at 2:30 in the morning, it's already lit, like. And then we still be reasonable. We'll knock it down, but it's like, bro, we only charging you 20. If not 30,
people spend more money on Uber Eats.
I know,
you know what I'm saying?
And it's like meal. You outside. If you can't spend $20-$30, you can't buy a drink
for the vibe.
You should just stay home. Like, realistically, you know what I'm saying?
But for the people who do want to go out there and have a vibe and have a
we always
good vibe,
accommodate. We always accommodate.
Accommodations there. I appreciate that.
For sure.
Where we're at right now, I could say, I was going to ask you a question. I'm going to say, like, what party do you think maybe like put you on the map? Like, what was the one that kind of blew everything up?
I think the Good Vibrations. Good Vibrations, I think we had about 4 to 5 artists. After COVID, we did Good Vibrations. We didn't have an artist for that time, but I think, again, like I said, everybody was outside and there wasn't that much shit going on, and it was ludicrous. So I think, and statistically, as far as like my attendees and the email list, I have the most for like RSVPs for that.
Just the biggest alone. Like bang.
Yeah, that's the biggest banger.
Okay.
I would say Good Vibrations and the Deja Vu is picking up. And the Sanctuary. I mean, to be honest with you, Dave, like it's
all on the up now.
And up. Yeah, people are starting to understand like Good Vibes are behind all of these theme parties, and that's what me and Cyrese pride to, because it's like if we just give you one party every Saturday, it's gonna just get oversaturated, and you're just gonna get bored. And like this is what's gonna happen every week. Like we do different themes every Saturday, just to keep it fresh. You know what I'm saying? 90s, 2000s, R&B, R&B, dance hall. Then we got Sanctuary, Afro beats, Afro house, hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And then Then we have the Good Vibrations, which is everything. You know what I'm saying? The open format party. So it's like we're really like giving you niche parties for like different demographics. You know what I'm saying? Every
time you go, it's a different vibe.
It's a different vibe every Saturday. So I know a lot of people were confused, probably like, oh shit, I went this Saturday and it was this. This Saturday was this. But like my marketing and my branding, you'll always see that guy.
You always see it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then they start catching on. A lot of people are faster with it.
Also, you read the flyers. You know what's on there. Okay,
but
this
people
is like
don't read.
Amapiano.
People don't read these days, bro. They don't read. They just look, and that's the key thing with our flyers, though. We was like, yo, because people they see a flyer, they don't really read it, but they look at it for what their attention span now is like 10 to 15 seconds, thanks to TikTok, right? It's just quick. So if they see something that's appealing, they're like, oh, I'm gonna watch the whole thing.
Yep.
Versus like, swipe next. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what me and Cyrese look at too. Is like we need something where people will hit it or see it and be like, oh, whoa, what's this? Oh, this is crazy. Oh shit, Wayne's brother. What the hell? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Grab
and you
attention.
Can tell by the comments. Yeah, exactly.
And the visuals do, man. The visuals definitely grab attention. I curate my own Instagram feed, so I only see things that I want to see.
Yeah.
So, one thing I always see are your events. Like I don't mind seeing these event flyers because they're always unique. I have
Yeah.
other promoter friends who their flyers look exactly the same. So I
So,
kind of don't want to see that all the time.
yeah.
So, it just makes it where like, okay, the next one, I'm cool with it. So
What's next, right? Like,
yeah,
what's next?
exactly.
What they gonna do next? And that's what we really pride on. We just
That's a
want to
fact.
give the people something different, something fresh.
Speaking of what you're going to do next, I know your birthday's coming up, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So my birthday is the 16th,
Okay.
but I'm leaving to Costa Rica the 14th. So
Mm.
I like to celebrate my birthday if I could, because my birthday never falls on a weekend. It's always like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do a party the weekend before, which is the
13th?
13th. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it 13th, and I'm gonna do it with the Deja Vu because to me that's one of my favorite parties as far as just growing up, in the 90s, and 2000s, and all that stuff.
For sure.
So I'm doing a 90s, 2000s, and I'm also doing it with a few other Capricorns that are celebrating their birthday. Kilsing, I don't know if you heard of
Shout out the
Kilsing.
Capricorns. Kilsing?
Yeah, Kilsing DJ. Yeah, DJ Kilsing is doing her
DJ
thing.
Kilsing?
She does
Okay.
this Nikki party, and she's been blowing up. She's from
Shout out DJ
Philly,
Kilsing.
so she's celebrating her birthday with me that night. She's DJing. J Prob and Rocky Snyder. They're artists, and they've been doing their thing as well. So I just strategically put a lot of cool people on this bill.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna build that experience. It's a 90s 2000s party. It's a theme where if you wear the best outfit, I'm giving you prize money. Have like a contest on the stage.
Yeah.
Have a trophy.
Mm-hmm.
I have a drummer, Cornelio. He's like a drum line. I'm gonna have like a little drum line edition while the prize is spinning around.
Okay. We adding.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to spunk it up and just keep the innovation going. But yeah, I bought a lot of pieces for it. Got the GoPro, which I'm starting to do now too, which is streaming my events.
Hey, I love it.
So like the worldwide, right? Like I really pride, like that is my goal as far as worldwide. I want to take this shit out of New York City, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the easier way for me to do it while I'm building is
Mm-hmm.
to stream, right? To show the people outside the world, like this is New York energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what you go. This is what when you come to New York, this is the energy that you want to be around. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I'm gonna utilize my GoPro and start streaming live and putting on my website. As well as content, and DJs love their sets, they love their live feed sets, so I'm gonna find a way to kind of like give it to the DJs. But yeah, I'm gonna start going towards the streaming, live stream, and kind of showing that worldwide. Like I really want to expand. That's the goal, to expand.
For sure,
I
man.
love doing residencies in New York, but I want residencies everywhere, bro. Like you know what I'm
You got to
saying?
keep. There's always next levels to go up to, and there's more challenges.
That is the next level. That is the next level for me.
Hey man, like I said, anything I could do to help, I'm definitely here. I appreciate what you guys are doing, and anything I could add in value wise. Like I said, you guys already provide a lot of value for the community, and
Thank you.
it's something that I know it's always going to be something I don't mind putting my name around. So
I mean, you're helping now, man. This is a platform where I can, talk and express the brand and our story, and this goes out to people faster. So I appreciate you, man. For
I appreciate you too.
Yeah.
What is the state of New York City nightlife right now?
What is the state? As far as what, like?
What would you? Okay, let's say nightlife is a person. All right, is it sick? Is it healthy? Is it strong? Is it weak? What do you see the New York City nightlife? And you are one part of it, but you're just one part of it. I want to know the whole of New York City nightlife.
So quite frankly, I can't really talk for a lot of the events that are going on because there's events that I probably don't know what's going on. Like,
Okay.
I only could talk for the events that I see, right?
Okay.
And the ones that I can go to and support and people invite me to when I can go to. But right now, I think the state of the events for nightlife is actually kind of booming, right?
Okay.
I feel like it's booming. I feel like everywhere in every city there's something going on, right?
Bet.
And I can't tell you for other counties, but I can tell you for Brooklyn, and I can tell you for a little bit of the Lower East Side and the city and some parts of the city. It's just because I'm doing parties every week, and for me strategically, I do need to know what's going on outside of me.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, like it's hard to focus on a lot of people, right? So I focus on the people that are kind of in the same lane. And
So
from what
so
I'm seeing,
in what you're saying, I like what you're saying. I just want to maybe add a little bit to that. So nightlife is thriving and booming where you step foot around in terms of
yeah.
what you're doing, maybe what you're visiting. So maybe what are some of these other events that are not yours where, there's people who you might go to their event, maybe you might want to mention them. So, we know like, okay, Izzy has fire events, but these
Yeah.
are other individuals.
So there's a lot of them. Like we mentioned before,
Hmm.
we have, obviously the ideal everyday people. People always go to that.
Okay.
MoMA, shout out to them. You
Uh-huh.
got my boy Roland from Nothing But Anthems. You got,
Hmm.
and I'm speaking as people that are doing consistent things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Not
of
like
course.
you have Ethan Thomas with Ginger. You got Mike Nasty. You got
DJ Mac Nasty, shout out to
More
him. We
Soup. Yeah,
spoke of him. More
yeah. You
soup.
heard of
We
him.
yeah, yeah.
Sai talked about it
Yeah,
too.
he talked
Soup.
about them.
Um,
Soup is dope for sure.
uh, we have uh, Flygerian who does his party as well. So we got Citizen B. We have Wale and Friends.
Hmm.
We
So just
have
within that ecosystem, it's safe though. It's lit. Like all of that is
it's
thriving.
it's it's lit. It's lit, and the thing is, it's like all similar crowds, and we all know each other. It's like kind of a network.
Hmm.
So again, like these are only parties that pop up on my feed, right? And then I have people that come to me and be like, "Yo, this party was lit." 9 a.m. banger, right? It's a Spanish party uptown. I've been hearing about. I
Okay.
wouldn't know shit about it until someone came up to me and my roommate was going to it. So I'm like, things pop up and I hear these things and I'm like, oh shit, like that's cool. Like let me look them up. Oh, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? So I always try to, fish out and see what's going on outside of us when I can. But it's tough, you know what I'm saying? It's tough, bro, because like I gotta figure out me. And not to think selfish and be selfish, but like, it's I love this brand so much that like a lot of things that are on the outside, I look at it and kind of number it, but like I don't put too much emphasis on it. But Cyrese does. Then this is why the partnership is good because Cyrese knows, these things that I really don't care for in a way. Not to like talk down on anybody, but
No,
it's
no,
just
man. We know it's good vibes. Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
said.
I'm just so into like what I'm doing and what I want to create, and I use inspiration from other big things, like those big parties, like Everyday People. You know what I'm saying? Cyrus mentioned the karaoke,
Karaoke, trap karaoke. What's that one
yeah,
called?
trap karaoke. Was it South House?
South
You know what I'm
House.
saying?
South
South
House
House
is
is booming, right?
yeah.
So like these are big things that I know we can get to. So I see it and I kind of like strategize based on that, but I also try to build platforms for people to kind of start their own parties. Like me and Sai have been programming like people that have been trying to do their own thing. We've been helping Citizen B. He's a DJ. He started his own party called No Request, and we're a
Hmm.
part of that. So we're also trying to bridge, these people that want to start their own parties and build what we doing. You know what I'm saying? So end of the day, I'm worrying about me, but I'm also helping other people out as well and seeing what's going on around. But it's like again, I said, the nightlife is booming. There's so many
Okay.
things that it kind of just it's like gives me anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Just like worrying about all these other things.
Yeah.
So,
No, bro.
and if I messed out anybody's parties, I'm sorry, but it's so many. But I listed all the ones that kind of hit home with me as
Nah,
far
for
as
sure, bro.
just seeing this stuff.
You and I appreciate that you were even able to kind of shine a light on some of them anyway. One of the funny things is like I've been looking at the nightlife as it went through a dark ages of
Hmm.
sorts with the pandemic, and I
Yeah,
think that you guys are definitely leaders in the new party renaissance. Honestly, I think that if more people put their energy and effort into the visuals, the experience, and not everybody will or can, but
yeah,
if you have somebody here who has kind of the blueprint of the vibes and what's going on, I think that the nightlife community can really recover and be, we'll get the best out of it in the next few years. So I definitely appreciate even having a chance to kind of talk about this with you and see the growth over time. I know this is going to be a pretty big year for you guys. So
yeah. Hell yeah, man! I'm looking forward to 2024, man. It's 2023 was surreal and it was, again, like I said, it was a wake up call for us to be like, yo, we're actually doing what we're supposed to be doing and more, and we can do better, and we can be better. We just got to keep pushing the next level.
Keep innovating.
Innovating and creating. And
speaking of innovating, sorry, I don't want to make sure I didn't forget about this. Innovation. Talk to me about this membership coin. I've seen it on Instagram stories.
Yes. I have the coin too. I can show you. But so I want to start this membership thing, right? Just because, like, again, I said, it's a consistent thing we do compared to a lot of people that do monthly, or they'll do a bi-weekly, or it's something for us and me. What I thought of is that, man, we have so many people that come out every Saturday and they support us, right? So I always think of ways to kind of give back to these people that are always there every Saturday, or because I can tell you there's people that I see every week, dude, like every month, every week, and I'm dapping him, and I don't know him. I don't know shit about him, dude, but I see him. He's there. He's having a great time. He's probably telling other people, you know what I'm saying? This is why it builds, because these people are having a good time. They're coming out every Saturday. So for me, I was like, damn, bro, when those what's it called, the currency on the art online
NFTs.
Yes. Yeah. So when NFTs came out, right, I didn't go into it, but I liked the concept. I liked the idea. So it's like kind of an NFT, right? So this coin is like, you go to a gym, a membership, like you are guaranteed this amount of things and you get rewards based on how many times you come. So with this coin specifically, I'm still marketing it, and I'm going to push it soon. I've been pushing a little bit, but when I drop it, specifically, there's going to have different perks with this, right? Some people can get in free for certain events, right? Or it could be half off, or you can get one of your friends in. A drink comes with it, right?
Yeah.
And
super fire.
If you use it like for a certain amount of times, that's when like the ultimate prize comes in. You know, and that's where I'm still at right now. But when they use it for a certain amount of times, they're gonna get like an ultimate prize with it. So I just want people to feel exclusive. The coin is to make these people that are really supporting me and really pushing me to be the best I can be. I want them to feel like, oh my God, like I have this coin, I'm a part of this brand. You know what I'm saying? And it just shows exclusiveness, and that's something that I push for, because when I go to events, bro, I like to feel I'm a part of it, if I like going to it consistently. So a lot of people do events, and it's like, yeah, keep coming to support me, yeah, it's this that, but like I'm giving something to people where they can get something in return, and it's kind of different, because not a lot of people or promoters or event curators do that. They give you a product, right? But is it something that hits home? Is it something that you can go home and feel good about, spending money at this event? So that's just another add-on to what I want to start doing. I want to treat it like, it's a membership, like it's a club. You are involved with Good Vibes, and I'm going to take care of you if you keep, continue to support us. So
hey man,
that's
I'm all
what
about
that membership coin is. Yeah,
I fuck with it. I think it's a great idea.
let me actually show you, because it's actually.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They came out real spicy, bro.
Nah, yeah.
So, I'm gonna have the packaging like real dope.
Ooh.
So they pull up.
Yeah,
they
just
show
the
the
amount
security guard. They're gonna look cool, because they pull up. They show the security guard. I'm gonna have it where it's a system where, like, the security guard sees the coin. They're like, oh, I bet, like, you on this line. You know what I'm saying? And then my door people.
That's hard.
I'll have something for them for every time they enter, and I want other people to see that. I want them to feel it, like, shit, like how the hell he was able to skip, And then they show the coin. So, yeah, it's reversible.
I like that. That's an enamel.
Got that little. Yep, exactly.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Real heavy. It feels like you got a quarter in you, like a half coin. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I want people to feel appreciated, bro.
Listen,
so that's one step.
You guys are taking it farther than, in certain steps, than I've even done the things. And I like to see it. I like to see, you know, that level out. Membership was something I always wanted to do at one point. But like I said, just the logistics behind it. And, by the time, how everything went, I was already kind of not doing stuff like that. But, man.
With those things, you got to be consistent, bro. Because, like, if I ain't doing something every week or every month,
it's not going to be worth the membership.
It doesn't make sense, So
at that time I was doing like monthly. I went back to doing monthly type things,
monthlies,
but yeah, man, even with that, the value behind that, a person would buy that. A person would pay membership. Is
they save, bro.
It's cool.
It's a good deal what I got set up. So. Yeah.
Hey man, I like it. I like what you're doing, man.
Thank you, David.
So very innovative. Glad to hear that. Before we get out of here, I just gotta ask you one more question, man. I need to know your top 5 legends of the nightlife.
Okay, so top 5. There's a lot of them. Shout out to everybody that's doing their thing. If I don't miss y'all. So first one, I gotta give props to is Harry Martin.
Harry Martin.
He does the roller skating, roller wave. I got Mike Nasty. Obviously, he's been doing it consistently, going crazy. Shout out to you, Mike. I'm gonna say More Soup as well. He's been doing his thing as well consistently.
Please.
Yes, More Soup, please.
Yes.
Sorry, correction.
Good.
I got my boy Wale and Friends.
Wale and Friends.
And Friends. Big shout out to Wale and the gang. And last one, we have South House.
South House, Toch.
Yes, Toch. And also Peter J, P96.
Yes, P96.
So I'm going to give you 6.
Okay,
There's
6. That's an honorable mention.
Honorable mention. Big shout out to Peter J. He's doing big things because it's just he giving you activations, he giving you experiences, and that's what it's all about. So all these people that are in my top are people that are really giving you their all, and it shows. And
that's beautiful, man.
I appreciate them. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna literally try to find my way into one of those events. Each one of those individual events. Yeah. My resolution for 2024 is to go to one of those 5.
Those events. Yep. Hell yeah.
All right. Well, Mr. Israel Hoffman, I appreciate what you're doing.
I appreciate you, Dave, man. What you're doing is awesome. Especially for us nightlife people, we don't really get to, tell our stories. So I appreciate that for you giving me the platform, and other nightlife people that are doing their thing. I go by Israel Hoffman, Israel.Hoffman. And my event page is Good Vibes WW. WW stands for worldwide, because that's exactly where we're going. And I appreciate everybody. Love.
Appreciate you.